You stopped texting and they stopped too. Now there is only silence between two people who once meant everything to each other. No big argument, no proper goodbye, and no final message to bring closure. Most people think this silence means nothing, but it carries real emotional weight. Stay here with me because what you are about to learn will change how you see everything happening right now. While you wonder if they have forgotten you, unseen changes are already taking place beneath the surface. By the time you finish reading this, you will understand what is truly happening, why it matters, and how this can become an opportunity to grow into a stronger version of yourself. This journey is not only about getting them back, it is about rediscovering who you are, and that changes the direction of your life. If you're in no contact and they went silent too, hit like so others can understand what's really happening. The moment both of you enter complete silence after choosing no contact, the real transformation begins. The messages stop and empty space takes their place. You stepped away to protect your peace, rebuild your self-worth, and regain clarity, yet they became silent too. Then the doubts appear. Have they moved on? Did I ever matter? But this silence is not the end or proof that you failed. It is the beginning of something much deeper, where lasting inner change takes root. Let us explore what this quiet truly means because most people misunderstand it completely. When someone goes silent, people often assume they no longer care, but that is rarely the full truth. Shared silence usually means the emotions are too deep and complicated to express. If nothing remained, there would be no inner struggle, no moments of almost reaching out, no staring at your name, and no restless nights. Silence carries unspoken words, unresolved feelings, and hidden pressure. So do not mistake their quiet for a lack of interest. Think of it as a storm unfolding behind doors you cannot yet see. As the silence continues, a clear mental pattern begins to unfold. It starts with pride. They convince themselves they will not be the first to reach out and tell themselves they are doing fine. On the outside, they may seem happy, busy, and completely moved on, but that confidence is often fragile. Pride can last for days or weeks, yet it cannot hide genuine feelings forever. Eventually, the emotional truth begins to break through. While they go through that stage, something important is happening inside you. Your silence has purpose. You are rebuilding yourself, becoming calmer, stronger, and less emotionally tied to the past. You are not simply waiting. You are growing. Each time you resist breaking the silence, you reclaim more of yourself. Then, as their pride begins to fade, curiosity takes its place. They start wondering why they have heard nothing from you and begin paying closer attention to your presence, your updates, and the life you continue to live. Not out of clever planning, but because your absence left an empty spot, and minds dislike empty spots. They work hard to fill them in. They wonder about your activities, your company, and your current mood. Are you having a hard time? Are you happier without them? Have you truly moved forward? Each open question draws them in further. Your quiet turns into a kind of reflection. Without your replies, your reactions, or your emotional signals, they sit alone with their own ideas. For many, that feels uneasy or even frightening. Comment silence if you're experiencing this mutual quiet right now. Because when you were still in touch, your attention, care, and presence gave them something to focus on. Now that silence has replaced those interactions, they are left alone with their own thoughts. The feelings they once avoided grow louder each day. Soon, they begin remembering not only the big moments, but also the small acts of love they once overlooked. Your patience, your support, your sacrifices, and the quiet ways you stood by them. Those memories return again and again, growing more powerful each time until regret slowly begins to take shape. Regret does not arrive with drama. It appears during quiet nights, peaceful mornings, and ordinary moments when distractions fade away. That is when they begin to realize they may not have valued you the way they should have. They start wondering if anyone else will ever understand them the way you did. And your absence begins to feel heavier than your presence once did. This shift happens because you chose silence, not despite it. Most people think no contact is only a strategy to bring someone back, but its greatest power is how it changes you. By walking away without begging, explaining, or chasing, you show that you value yourself enough to leave what causes pain. That quiet strength often surprises them because they expected a different reaction. As their expectations collide with your silence, powerful psychological shifts begin to unfold, and over time, the emotional positions slowly start to reverse. Type yes if you want to know the hidden psychological shifts happening in their mind during no contact. At the start, you may have felt like the one who lost more, who cared deeper, or who was left waiting, but gradually things turn around. You start feeling lighter inside, your thoughts clear up, your body eases. You remember the person you were before this bond took so much energy. You connect again with sides of yourself that had been set aside. You begin to enjoy ordinary days once more. Talks flow easier. Moments feel genuine. Life rebuilds in healthier ways around you. While you experience this growth, something different unfolds for them. The quiet starts pressing heavier on their mind. Attachment does not vanish quickly. It fades gradually, especially when loose ends remain. They begin missing your steady presence, the safety you brought, the familiar comfort, and the grounded feeling. Not always because they changed suddenly, but because they no longer have access to you. People often desire what stays out of reach. It is simply part of being human. We tend to overlook steady good things and feel the loss sharply once they disappear. That process is happening for them now. Yet even with these emotions, many still hold back from reaching out. That can seem puzzling at first. How can someone miss you, remember you, and feel sorry, yet stay quiet? Ego blocks the way. Fear keeps them still. Shame makes action difficult. Reaching out would mean admitting mistakes. It risks being turned away. It means accepting you may have already moved forward. For anyone who likes control, that feels scary. So they wait instead. They hope you will be first to speak. They convince themselves that real care would show by you breaking quiet first. But beneath those reasons sits one main force: fear. Fear of showing softness. Fear of speaking truth. Fear of wanting someone they told themselves they did not need. They stay stuck, not from empty feelings, but from emotions that feel too strong to manage. Comment, regret, if you felt them pulling away while you stayed strong in silence. The biggest surprise in all this quiet is not the silence by itself. It is what they notice when they observe your life from afar. They start seeing you are not falling apart. You are not stuck waiting sadly for them to return and fix things. You are actually moving through your days. You grow calmer, more balanced, and more directed than in recent times. You become someone who needs no rescue. That discovery strikes them hardest. In their thoughts, they had built a story where they were the center of your joy, where you could not truly thrive alone, and where your world turned around what they offered. But when your daily life quietly proves that story false, something inside them begins to break. Their sense of self does not accept it easily. It cannot. Accepting that someone does better without you challenges the protective ideas people hold about their importance. Now you stand as living proof they were not necessary, that days continued, and that you possess more strength than they knew. Once they see it, they cannot forget. Let us turn attention back to you now. What happens inside you during this period matters deeply too. There will be times when quiet feels very heavy, moments when the wish to write feels too strong to push away. You might hear a certain song, walk past a known spot, or recall a small memory. Suddenly the space between you seems too wide to bear. In those times your mind may push you. Just send one note, just see how they are, just say something brief, but understand this point well. That pull is not true love or real connection. It is your body and mind seeking fast escape from uneasy feelings. It searches for quick comfort from worry. Reaching out may bring short relief, yet it lasts only minutes. Afterwards, everything returns to the starting point. You lose the progress built slowly. You hand over the inner power you have been creating, and the stronger you forming in this quiet must begin again. That is why holding steady on your toughest days shows great respect for yourself. It ranks among the strongest acts of self-care. Share this with someone stuck in no contact so they can see the real power of staying quiet. Something deeper also takes place that many miss. Healing in this time touches more than emotions. It affects your body and even your brain patterns. During stressful bonds or unclear situations, your system stays tense all the time. You remain slightly alert, expecting the next unclear sign, the next hard talk, or the next draining moment. Such ongoing pressure builds up. It changes your rest, your sharp thinking, and your daily energy. It makes you react in ways you hardly notice until the pressure lifts. But once contact ends, your whole system begins to settle. Slowly your body loosens. Constant watchfulness fades. You stop preparing for sudden trouble. As calm returns, your mind grows clearer. You see the past bond more honestly. Type growth if you're choosing yourself and rebuilding during this silence. The details you once missed, the warning signs you passed by, and the habits you accepted all stand out now. That honest view may feel uneasy at first, yet it offers great worth. It reveals truth without any cover. Then, at a certain point, a gentle change occurs. It does not arrive with drama or speed. You simply notice an hour goes by without thoughts of them, then a whole morning, and later a full day. You find yourself smiling, and it feels natural. You plan ahead without checking how it fits their world. You wake, and they no longer fill your first thoughts. In that instant, you realize something important. You have not erased them or stopped caring. You have simply grown. It is the steady rise of the real you that waited underneath. The one who needs no constant approval, who refuses to become smaller to please others, and who never trades self-respect for attention. That stronger you did not appear suddenly. The silence simply created room for it to emerge. Under everything there sits a fact many take long years to accept fully. Your true value never depended on whether this person recognized it. Your worth stayed steady even when they could not see it. You did not shrink because someone failed to notice your qualities. You were always complete on your own. This bond, this quiet time, and this distance only mirror what was true all along. Some people enter your life to reveal your power by walking away. Others teach your value by failing to honor it. When they choose silence and you find strength to match it, you are truly selecting yourself with clarity and power without needing any words. That decision you make now stays with you. It creates inner strength nobody can remove. Whether they return filled with sorry feelings or fade from your world entirely, it does not alter the person you are becoming. It cannot halt the growth happening every time you choose steady quiet. If this explanation of their pride turning to curiosity shocked you, comment shift below. The truth most overlook about no contact is simple. It was never mainly about bringing them back. It was always about returning to yourself. Yes, sometimes they do come back. They arrive with clearer eyes, with regret, and with better understanding of what slipped away. If that moment comes, you will face it from solid ground, not through tricks, but through honest inner effort. You healed. You changed. You turned into someone who enters bonds from fullness rather than emptiness. But sometimes they stay away. Sometimes quiet continues. Sometimes they step into new chapters and you hear nothing more. You must see this outcome clearly too. It remains a true success because you never begged. You did not lose your path trying to cling to something that did not choose you back. Comment which part hit hardest, their regret regret your healing or the role reversal. You protected your self-respect instead of keeping a weak link alive. You stood strong in your own truth, calmly yet with real force, and that achievement matters more than anything they could offer. The road through silence is not always smooth. It does not run straight. Some days bring peace and lightness. Other days, doubts return strongly. Questions, possible futures, and old memories come back like mist. There will be nights when missing them feels too much to handle. Your mind may replay every what if and every possible ending. In those hard times, remember one clear idea. Every choice to keep the silence builds growth instead of easy comfort. You pick lasting healing over brief relief. You create solid inner strength rather than chasing quick escape from hurt. That decision is not minor. It means everything because most people never reach this point. They give in too early. They contact before quiet has time to reshape them. They return before discovering who they are apart from that bond. But you follow a different way. You remain steady. You hold your ground. And through that, you become stronger than before. Like if this changed how you see no contact silence, comment your biggest takeaway and subscribe for more on reclaiming your power.